You got to track your numbers. If you don't track your numbers, you will not understand what the business needs. That's why one of the best things I've ever done since last year, especially my gym agency, was always do follow-up every week. Basically bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly. You guys need to follow up with these prospects. They're in your ecosystem now, or they could be in your ecosystem, but they slip through the cracks, and that happens. It's a matter of what you do when that happens, okay? Essentially, you're creating a process where throughout the entire week, they are being hit up, and you have a plan for each day. If they do not respond, then it goes to the next day, then the next follow-up, then the next follow-up, just so you guys get a clear idea of what sending a video of TikTok pitch looks like. I would literally film on my phone and go like, hey, what's up, James? It's Marques. Anyways, I just wanted to see if you're still, literally took me 30 seconds to make. I'll do it again and again and again and again. All right, guys, so welcome to this little DM masterclass. If you guys have not seen my post, I'm going to go over for the next 30 minutes how I was able to double the amount of booked appointments I have gotten just from this one little step I added to my DM outreach. How many of you guys are doing IG DM outreach right now, or Facebook DM outreach, or LinkedIn DM outreach? Yeah, drop a 1. Thanks. Victor knows what's up. Victor knows what's up. Kieran kind of knows what's up. I mean, he raised his hand with the pizza, so he knows what's up. So it's pretty obvious. I'm going to ask a rhetorical question that a lot of these guys, you know, they slip through the cracks sometimes, right? Sometimes they show positive interest, but they don't book a call. Or maybe they book a call, but they don't show up or need to reschedule and then get cold feet, meaning they ghost, right? Or they show up on the call, let's just say they do that, even the demo call, but they don't close, right? What do we do then? Someone want to answer what we do if they don't hop on a call or they don't close? What do? We follow up. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to take you through an extensive kind of DM masterclass here, and what's been able to, again, help me set basically 2 times the amount of appointments I have. So let's get straight into it. All right, so you guys see this, you guys see my document here? Yeah. Psych is not blank, actually. It is not blank at all. We're going to talk about how we can double the amount of appointments, right? But first, before we go over the strategy, there are some things that you got to have down. And specifically, you got to have the fundamentals down, or nothing will matter here. All right. Because if 1 times 2 is just 2, or 0 times 2 is 0. But if you have 100 people you need to follow up with, that means times 200, right? That's why I'm saying double the amount of booked appointments, because there are things that you got to get going before you even implement this. So I want you guys to kind of list out what are the things that you need. I know, imagine doing this to your prospects during a demo call. That'd be so funny. What are the fundamentals of outreach? List them out. Can someone just mute themselves and kind of tell me what is one volume? Okay, Taha, you're right. Volume is definitely king. Volume is definitely king. All right, that's one of them. Volume is king.
If I add on to that?
Who was that?
That was me, Taha.
I love when I say who was that, and then you say that's me. I'm like, yeah.
No, I said Taha.
Yeah, you're good. What's up?
Well, apart from that, maybe the what's it called? New is better than better, or something along those lines. I know you say that a lot.
New is better than
better. Something new. Yeah.
Yep. I know someone said tracking. So Kieran, shout out to you. You got that. There's way more. Let's see here. Having good profile. You're definitely right. I actually did not add that one. This is the hard part. I knew this was going to be the hard part. I don't know if anyone said this, but speed to lead is definitely key. Speed to lead is definitely key. So don't forget that. And then you guys, because of Joel, you guys are listening. You guys are doing awesome. You got to have an irresistible offer, right? And we can definitely dive into that in a second. But again, having an irresistible offer needs to make this work, so you can obviously get more people interested in hopping on a phone call. I think that's pretty much it. Let me see. Yep. So there's a lot more that you guys mentioned too, like consistently having a good profile. All those things matter. And one of the things Kieran said that we're going to talk about is tracking, knowing your numbers, or knowing who came from what, right? Because before I continue, I want to share that this is super important. I'll unshare my screen. You guys got to understand that the business is speaking to you. Your agency is speaking to you, okay, guys? And a lot of time you guys are guessing what it's saying to you, right? Josh, imagine, I don't know, do you speak Japanese, Jezek? No? Imagine if I was speaking Japanese to you and you didn't know what the frick I was saying, right? A lot of you guys are doing that with your business. You guys aren't understanding what the heck it's telling you, and you start thinking it's this, but then it's not really that. It's the opposite. The point I'm trying to make is you got to speak the language. And the way you can do that is through tracking. You got to track your numbers. If you don't track your numbers, you will not understand what the business needs, right? That in of itself is its own masterclass. You won't know if the bottleneck, right? What you need to open up the floodgates for. You don't know if the bottleneck is the amount of DMs you need to send in the top, right? The new messages. If it's cold email, like how many emails you need to send out. You don't even know if it's the reply rate, the positive reply rate, the booking rate, the bookings taken rate via the show up rate. That is how you guys will know what the business needs and what it's telling you, right? Take the guessing work out now and actually listen to your business. Okay. So that's really important part. Again, it's its own masterclass. I'm not covering that right now. I could cover it after this. So there's just one part here. Part of tracking is this. Let me actually just, I got tired of it. Okay. The other thing is having an organized pipeline. I don't know if anyone covered that too in the chat, but yeah, it is follow up. It is tracking. So have an organized pipeline of your prospects, you know, again, those who booked, those who've taken an intro with you or a demo who didn't close, right? Now, I asked this question in the beginning. What do we do with those prospects that don't close, that get cold feet, that don't show up? A lot of times we don't take action. We keep moving forward and start hitting up new people. Fine. And that's obviously important, right? However, these people came into your they're in your ecosystem right now. They know who you are essentially, and they have been in your ecosystem for a while now. If you've been in the agency game for 6 months or 3 months even, right? That's why one of the best things I've ever done since last year, especially my gym agency, was always do follow-up every week, basically bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly. And I'm going to give you some of the how do we follow up or how do we even keep track of it, right? So again, once they really book an appointment, I mean, you have a lot of their stuff, like from their phone number to your Go High Level, to your email, to their emails, to their Instagram. You have so many things. Their Facebook, their LinkedIn now. They know who you are, right? Is this making sense, guys? Any questions so far? Pretty good, yeah? All right, so I'm gonna share with you this new folder. Thanks for hopping on here because you guys will get this folder. Essentially, again, that is for here. And I'm going to go ahead and share this new pipeline I've been using that's literally got me a client yesterday, right? Just by starting this whole new sheet. Like I literally just hit people up on random. Like, don't believe me? I'll show you real quick. Like, this is how it looks like. These are people I've had calls with or who needed to reschedule. And how I know that is because I keep track of the reasons why we didn't close right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go through it for you guys. I made one just for you guys in your agency. So you put the prospect here. Okay. I see some people with their hands up. So Pulkit, you have a question about the DMs?
Yes, I actually have a question about DMs.
Go for it. Yeah.
So the thing is, I'm in solar niche, whenever I try to get hold of the lead, if I get a positive response, they usually send an form. They send me a form to fill instead of replying to me. They just if I can share my screen, I can show you.
Wait. So Pulkit, when you're doing DMing and they're replying positively, they send you a form to fill out?
Yes, they send me a form to fill out.
Okay, easy. What you gotta do is always sell the meeting and go straight to the meeting. Whether the objection is a form, whether the objection is talking to a member or saying that they have someone already on their team, whether it's about pricing, whether it's about service, you always say, awesome, let's hop on a quick 10-15 minute chat, Pulkit, so I can give you more information about how we can help you get more customers. Sounds good? And then they would say, yeah, let's hop on a call.
So once they send me the form, I'll just ask them to hop on a call with me so we can have some queries with each other.
Sell the meeting. You got to sell the meeting.
Okay, I'll do that.
Don't sell the service over DMs, guys. Sell the meeting over DMs. You got to sell the meeting. Sell the next step. Sell the next step, right? On the intro call, you're not doing the demo on the intro call. You're selling the demo, right? That's what we're doing there. If you're doing a 2-call close. All right. And then Anastasia, you had a question too?
Yeah, actually my question is that, is it better to send it from professional account or it's better to send it from my personal account? Because I'm going to set up the page for the agency on Instagram, but currently I'm sending it from my profile. But my profile, it has 1K followers and there is the whole life that I'm leaving, so I don't know what's better.
What's your niche?
Chiropractors, but my profile doesn't say anything about chiropractors.
All right, I'm gonna look through this awesome group of participants. Damien, I feel like you know the answer. I want you to go ahead and answer it. He's gonna type it in. If you've been on my call, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, yeah, it's not black and white like that, but you do definitely get better results through your personal account. And okay, James, we don't have to go into the specifics of that in this right now, but the answer, Anastasia, is your personal account, because people want to connect with people. They don't want to connect with the business logo. If
Okay,
they see your business logo, they will definitely not want to reply back. Okay, Michael, I'm not sure. I mean, look, it doesn't have to be. Anyways, I won't go into it. Not here. But let's continue here, because obviously this is I want to cover this with you. But yeah, good question, Anastasia.
Okay,
So,
perfect. Thank you.
So when you guys have like calls, right, and they do not, if you have like a closing rate of 3 out of 10 and you have 10 calls, well, 7 out of 10, well, did not book. So you can put them in here and plan your follow-up. Like here, I'll use mine as an example. So as you can see here, I've had a lot of people last week, for example. Actually, this is since May, just to share with you, May and June. And essentially, I put them down here. I say where they're coming from. So I know, like, as you can see, a lot of them are coming from IGEMs. Thus, I kind of thought we could double down on that. But I'm like, what's the reason for follow-up, right? Is it financial? Okay. Is it just simply because they need to miss it? Business partner, something that I can prevent by asking them on the intro call, for example, hey, do you have another business partner that should see the information with us, right? Is this skeptical? Truthfully, sometimes that still happens to me. Some people are just not ready to move, right? Again, rescheduling, not ready yet, they're unqualified, in other words, or just something that's not, that it doesn't make sense to have them move forward, right? List out these reasons, right? Understand, kind of get a finger on the pulse of like what's going on behind it, right? And so that's what I created here, so that obviously when I follow up with them, I'm going in there kind of knowing what the reason why they didn't move forward, right? So that kind of helps me understand what I can do when I follow up with them. So for example, if it was finance, I will definitely be like, hey, what's up? How's the business growing so far? Last time we chatted, XYZ reason, right? How's your business? I remember you told me your goal was to double your revenue by July, and it's June. How's everything going? Not good? Okay, let's talk about what we can do again, right? So you can, depending on what they said, it will change the follow-up that you need to use, right? So,
hey, Marques, I don't mean to interrupt, but just to be clear, so everybody who replies positively, even to a DM or anything, you put them in this list?
Yeah, good question, Ta. Yeah, anyone that showed positive intent, you put them in here, right?
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. You can even add, look, I'm going to give you guys this exact same sheet. I want you guys to copy it, make it your own. You can add in their Facebook profile as another column, right? You can add in their Facebook profile. You can add in their Instagram profile. You can add in another note section, like hit them up on Facebook or hit them up on Instagram, right? You can add in note section. But a point I want to share with you is you guys need to follow up with these prospects. They're in your ecosystem now, or they could be in your ecosystem, but they slip through the cracks, and that happens. It's a matter of what you do when that happens, okay? So that leads me to kind of just first off sharing with you what I do to make sure that you guys understand why is there blue, why is there green. So to do, just so for the record, green means I still am going to hit these people up. So in this case, today I'm going to hit up these awesome people. And then July 1st, I plan to hit these guys up because I just had a conversation with them like literally a week ago, right? And so that's how I keep track of when I want to hit them up, when I feel like hitting them up. And then obviously these are people who reply back to my follow-up messages, right? So the reason why I'm sharing this right now is because literally someone became a client that same day I followed up. He's like, actually, I'm in a better financial position. Let's go ahead and continue, Marques. I was like, cool. Like if I didn't follow up with him, he would have never answered me. I was like, okay, cool. That's why it's important to follow up. Let's do this here. So what warm up or like what kind of follow-up can you do? This is the next question I want to share with you. So I have different variations. There's a whole coaching masterclass originated from a video in 7FA that you guys can look at. And I basically just took out and innovated on top of it. Now, The goal of this is essentially to create an SOP so that your virtual assistant, appointment setter, whatever, if they should take care of this for you, right? If you have an appointment setter or VA doing this, essentially you're creating a process where throughout the entire week, they are being hit up and you have a plan for each day. If they do not respond, then it goes to the next day, then the next follow-up, then the next follow-up, right? So in this case, I have, for example, so my offer, just to give you guys more context, when I was in the gym industry was TikTok ads and how we can get them more clients using TikTok, right? And so I would actually make a personalized video for all those people in my follow-up pipeline. And actually, I would make it personalized. So what I would do, just so you guys get a clear idea of what sending a video of TikTok pitch looks like, I would literally film on my phone and go like, let's see, who do I want to use? I'll use James. What's up, James? How are you doing? James Taylor, specifically. Yo. I would basically do this. I would say, hey, what's up, James? It's Marques. I just wanted to see how you're doing. I know we chatted last week. Anyways, I just wanted to see if you're still interested in how we can get you more clients using TikTok ads, blowing you up right now for gyms and personal trainers. In fact, check out these performances that we have on our TikTok ads manager. He's literally getting 104 leads with just $25 per day ad spend. Anyways, let me know if you're interested. Would love to give you more insights about it, if anything, so that you know what's going to come in the future for businesses. Peace. Literally took me 30 seconds to make. I'll do it again and again and again and again. And that usually gets half of them to really just reply back, because I literally am showing my face. I'm talking to them personally and they are like, Marques, what's up? Yeah, sorry, I got busy. Let's chat. Or like, yo, I actually didn't believe you at first. This is crazy. Let's chat. Hey, I love that it's personalized. I was really skeptical because I didn't know if you're a bot. Let's chat, right? That's why it's my first videos, because it literally gets half of them to reply back. That's why I wanted to give you guys an idea of what that meant. Then the next day, I'm just saying, just following up, James, did you see the video I made for you above, right? Wednesday, I just said, are you still interested in growing your fitness business using TikTok ads, right? Maybe you do a where you at meme. Obviously, that will be very dependent on your niche, right? I wouldn't be saying that, to be honest with you, to a dentist, right? Someone who's more in the professional field versus like a car detailer where they might laugh at it and actually take you up on a call because of it. But something I also do, and at some point that you actually can do, is just hammer them with so many testimonials. Like, I think it's still here. Yeah, this is the second variation of follow-ups. I would literally just say, hey, what's up? Doing good. Sometimes they would say, yeah, by the way, I got busy and all that stuff. And then I would, if they don't reply back, I would literally just hammer them with all my testimonials, right? I would say, hey, James, I wanted to share with you Schneider Oilers in Orlando who got 20 new clients in 30 days. True story, by the way. And I would send a testimonial. If they weren't impressed by that, I'm like, all right, fine. That's cool. Then I go and say, Evan List in Tucson, who owns a PT studio, has 5 long-term PT clients in his best 2 months on his business on record. Send the video. You don't like that? All right, bet. And you just hammer them until they either tell you F off, which is funny because they won't, or they'll say, yo, I'm interested. So at some point, when you got clients, when you got case studies, this is literally what you can do as a follow-up too. For now, you can definitely just follow this, and this will definitely help you out, right? And then just like kind of my last Hail Mary, I would do a kind of a moral frame type of message and be like, hey, I'm worried about you, I haven't heard back. Is everything okay? Just making sure that you don't miss out. And P.S., I'm sharing the video again above in case you missed it, right? Who knows? They might come back, right? Is that actually helpful, guys? Taha, I see your hands up.
Yeah, I just had a question concerning that testimonial thing that you mentioned. Do you go to your client and saying, hey, look, I want to create a video like a testimonial, or is it just during like a recorded Zoom call, you just edit together when they say this is good? Like, are you tricking them into making the testimonial, or are you directly asking them this is what this is for?
Yeah, that's a good question. So there's multiple, both work. So is a short answer, Taha. So you can do a case study, which is basically, on your next check-in call with your clients and you feel like it's a good one. I mean, you should be recording maybe with a Fathom note taker or something like that, or just recording your calls like this, all your check-ins just have it there. But if you don't have like an automatic recording call, then just record it whenever you feel like your clients are going to say some good stuff because you realize they closed 5 clients last week. And then if you need to, on the check-in call, you just bring it up like, hey, how did those 5 clients that you closed go? They're going to be like, man, that was crazy. Honestly, that was one of the best weeks I've ever had, like, believe it or not. And it's candid too. That's the best part about it, right? The other one, and I meant to add it in there, is the video testimonial, right? We see those all the time, right? People holding their phone or a camera, and then they're like, hey, my name is Marques, and I work with Agency Lab, and I want to give a huge shout out for their help because they've grown my business from XYZ to XYZ. And then you kind of go through a story that they can share. Like give them a template or story, like a process. Like before I was working with them, I was always struggling with leads and following up with them. And I didn't know what was going to work, or I didn't even have the time to do it. And I was honestly scared. But then they popped in my DM somehow. And, I guess the stars aligned. I started giving them a shot because I needed to use them. And I'm glad I did, because they literally, again, got me 50 new clients in 30 days. And then a call to action. If you're on the fence about working with, Taha Digitals, do it. It's going to help you. Like literally, like that's what I always tell them at the for the call to action. Like, hey, yeah, just give us a nice little call to action about like if people were on the fence, right? I literally had a testimonial where someone was like, I was the most skeptical guy about Marques, but then yeah, he got me clients. So if you're skeptical like me, yeah, you should join. Like if I got on the call with people like that on the demo, I would actually send them that one personally because they can relate to that guy. Another one is this is a very, very sneaky one. This is the most sneakiest one, and I actually recommend people start doing it, right? If you guys got time, which a lot of us do. Podcast. If you have a great client that's been with you for a month, even a month and a half, 2 months, and they're getting good results, do a podcast. Just say, hey, right? You don't have to be in person. I mean, if you're in person, do it. I did that actually with my gym who's in Seattle, Washington with me. That was fun. But if they're in like Florida, which I did do a podcast with someone in Fort Lauderdale, just do it over Zoom, right? Just record it. And essentially what you want to talk about is something that they're very freaking good at. And I'll give you a reason why. It's because it kills literally 3 birds with 1 stone. The first reason is because 1, you get a testimonial obviously out of it. Number 2, you actually can create a coaching call out of it. Number 3, what was it? Number 3? Well, you get to check in with them. I don't know. That was like most anticlimactic third reason why. But you get a testimonial of it, and I'll share with you why. I told people, hey, I got this podcast. You should check it out. Like when they're about to hop on a demo or intro call with me, I would tell them, hey, check out this podcast because I got a lot of personal trainers who love sharing their ideas and everything. They're like, okay, cool, podcast. Like they go on my Spotify and it's literally personal trainers that share their story or share something that they're really good at. Like how this gym owner has a closing rate of 95% with cold outreach, right? And then the funny thing is they look at that because they resonate with it. It's a personal trainer, so they trust it. But the funny thing is in the podcast, we're talking about our results. It's disguised as a testimonial. We're disguising our testimonial as a podcast. That's still valuable to them. I literally remember all the demos I had with some people. They were like, yeah, I saw that podcast you did with Damien. I totally can relate because right now I'm working with a full-time job while growing my personal training business. And they're like, and they already feel like they can work with me because they know that I worked with someone like them before. Is this too advanced? Is this too much? No? I love Martin's like head shaking. It almost made my Zoom freeze. But yeah, let me go ahead and drop this for you guys right now. My biggest question is this, and I'll go over Q&A in a second. Who's going to take action on this? Awesome. I'll go over the last thing, and then we'll just kind of do a quick review, and then we'll open up to Q&A about this or anything else. So you know how I mentioned weekly follow-ups, monthly follow-ups, or quarterly follow-ups? This is the quarterly. And the reason why it's quarterly is because typically that's where businesses are reevaluating. That's where businesses want to do something new and pivot or change what they're doing if they're not getting to their goals, right? So that's why I brought up that little scenario where I'm like, hey, how have you been? So like, it's been a while. Have you reached your goals yet? And a lot of times they say no, because they haven't done anything about it. So here's like kind of what I do as follow-up. So for quarterly, so it's almost July, right? Where I'm about to roll this out, and it's like, hey, what's up? This is Marques, and then I'll send the second one saying, I'm testing something brand new for the summer, and I thought of you. To keep it exclusive, we'll be rolling this out for the next 8 gyms that reply back. If you just want info, just let me know in the next 36 hours. No pressure either way. Dude, like 80 gyms hit me up out of like 500. It was pretty stellar that first day, right? They replied back, and then that's basically where you share a new sort of offer that you got going on. Maybe it's you're adding in AI SEO. It's like, hey, what's up, man? I hope you're doing good. The new offer I'm running on top of like how I'm already helping gyms is we're running AI SEO so that you get ranked on the top page of Google. That's something that you would be interested in learning more about. But like, that's dope, man. Let's talk. Like, cool, bet. And then the second message, all that stuff. Again, if they reply back, right? This is another idea. that is what I would definitely do. We have actually modules on this in Kajabi, so I think you guys should have access to that similar sequence. But every quarter, I would just get new clients really fast, just like that, because people are looking to solve their problems still. All right, so I'm gonna share this document right now, or I'm sorry, this folder. All right, I'm gonna open it up now. Thanks for waiting on me. We're gonna open it up to Q&A.